Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Dr. Vijay Bhatia and today I'm going to talk about hypomania and mania. Hypomania, this is a mood disorder, emotional disorder, a mental disorder characterized by persistent mild elevation of mood. Persistent means minimum 4 days continuously. There is increased energy and activity. The person is active on the go, is doing things that they would normally not do, go to places, visit friends, socialize, and there's a marked activity, driving, spending more than usual. And it lasts for minimum at least 4 days and often for much longer. And usually marked feeling of wellness. I am fine, I am perfect, I am over the moon, I am on the top of the world. That's what they say. And both physical and mental efficiency. Physical energy and mental energy. They do things, they spend money, they think, they talk about people, they become more chatty, they become more friendly. The colors are bright, beautiful, everything is fine, and that is the general feeling throughout. There is increased sociability, they make friends, they go and meet other people, they will meet people they haven't met for a long time, and they will easily make friends, go to strangers and talk to them, and they are more talkative, their speech is slightly raised in tone, and there is some pressure of speech. They want to talk, they don't want to stop. Even if they are distracted or stopped, they will still interrupt, they will keep on talking. Or sometimes they talk rubbish, but in hypomania most of the time it does make some sense. They are following certain patterns of thought processes. They become over-familiar with the strangers, meeting on the street, meeting and talking to in the shop, going to places. They also have increased sexual energy, so they get more involved in making sexual relationships, partnerships, and having sex as well. So the sex energy is increased. And there is a decreased need for sleep. It's not that they don't want to sleep, there is no need for them to sleep. That's how they feel. I am awake, I can do work, I can go to places, I can meet friends, stay late at night, and then keep on thinking about working, doing something, writing songs, writing books, or meeting people. So there is no need for them to sleep. That is how they feel. Are often present, but not to the extent. Although all these things, increased sociability, talkativeness, over-familiarity, and sexual energy increased, and the sleep is not required, this is present, but they do not lead to severe disruption of work. They still keep on going to work, they still are productive, they still keep on doing things that they need to do, although they are more active, more energetic, and more efficient. And they make friends, and they're not normally rejected in hypomania. This is to differentiate between other severe forms of mania, where these things will be disrupted. So in hypomania, it is mood disorder with all these physical, emotional, sexual, sleep disturbances, but not to the extent that it is affecting their work severely. They might take off the work and they feel that I don't need to work. Their attention and concentration is not good. They keep on getting distracted easily. but still they can manage to hold to certain things. There is some kind of irritability, meaning if you try to stop them what they are doing, they will become irritable, restless, even become more impulsive. They will go and spend money, they want to do the gambling, they want to go and drink, they want to take drugs, they become more irritable and don't like anybody telling them off. And conceit. And their boorish behavior may take the place of the moral usual euphoric. Euphoric is high mood. Euphoria is actually that you are feeling normal in mood or slightly high in mood. You are happy, you are on the go, and you are quite sociable, very friendly, talking to everyone, strangers in the places, people you have never met before. The disturbance of mood and behavior are not accompanied by hallucinations or delusions. This last one is to differentiate between mania and hypomania, and even so, mania with psychotic symptoms. Because the moment it comes to the hallucinations, which is a psychotic symptom, hallucination by definition means that there is no stimulus, there is no object outside. Still you are seeing things or hearing things that are not there, and you believe them strongly they are real, and you follow them and you believe them as you would have done otherwise in the real true perception. And delusion by definition is a fixed false belief. And it is not only the fixed false belief, but they are so convinced, they hold it so strongly that whatever counter evidence you give, they won't believe. And the another important thing is in delusion is they are reached not by a logical process. When you have thoughts, they are like concepts and ideas, and these thoughts, they have certain boundaries. These concepts, they have certain boundaries, and they follow a certain pattern. So one thought will link with the other, and again it will have certain boundaries. They will follow each other, and they flow in a like a stream, like a river. And in mania, or more forms of hypomania, these boundaries are lost. You start believing that you are great, you are a god, you are a religious saint, are chosen by the god and other things. And then following that, you keep on believing on those themes and keep on seeing things exaggerated. So the boundaries are lost, and one thought to the other thought is disrupted. So there might be some association of words which might be related by either rhyming or punning, either ending with the same sound or same word and then starting with the same word and sound. So they follow the pattern like a poem, like a song. And on top of that, the stream of thought, how fast the river flows, that can be disrupted. It is flowing very fast compared to the normal. If the normal rate is this much, the flow will be very fast. So you can see that there is a pressure of speech and some flight of ideas. We will talk about this more in the mania. Mania. Now, mania can be without psychotic symptoms. What happens is, in this case, mood is elevated, but this is much more than it will be in hypomania. And this is out of keeping with the patient's circumstances. If the situation is that you are in a party and the party is going on for a few days and you are happy all the time, but this is not the circumstances. This is something where you are supposed to be just normal or on the lower side, but despite that you are elevated in your mood. And that is not the character of the person. They normally don't behave like that. So there is a change in mood. So if this is a normal mood, so there is a change in mood which becomes much wider, much bigger, both high and sometimes irritable, restless, sometimes even in crying a little bit, but mostly this crying is again with happiness rather than sad mood. So the mood is happy, they're euphoric, they feel good, they feel on top of the world, on top of the moon, and may vary from carefree joviality to almost uncontrollable excitement. They are so excited they will just go and do anything. That's how the energy is there, the mood is there. Elation is accompanied by increased energy. They all are related in a way. If the mood is high, they feel more energy. They can do anything, hard work, keep on working day and night, resulting in overactivity. The person looking at them can tell, oh, this is a bit too much, and there will be pressure of speech. Again, speech, if we see the speech, this is the normal content of the speech, and if it flows very fast, you can feel the person is just like a running commentary, like a fast speech. There is difficulty for the person to stop, and even if somebody tries to stop them, if it's difficult for them to slow down, they keep on interrupting, they keep on coming back. And not only the pressure of speech is there, but the amount of the speech is increased and the rate of the speech is increased, and sometimes the words and the meanings and the association with the meanings, as we saw in the thoughts, that might be disrupted as well. And the person believes that they don't need sleep, and in fact they don't sleep for a few days, or even if they sleep a little bit, maybe a short nap in the afternoon or at night, and then they wake up, they're cleaning, they're going out, they're driving, they go and do the gambling, they go and spend the money, buy whatever they want, and they become in debt, they become sexually overactive and sleep with people that they would normally not sleep, and may catch the diseases from other people because they are so much carefree. Attention cannot be sustained. So if you ask them to focus on one thing, to read a book or watch something, they will not. They will just keep on getting distracted very easily. Their thoughts in their mind are racing. They keep on coming, and they cannot stop them, and they have to talk about them. So the attention and focus is literally lost, and there is often marked distractibility. Often when the attention is poor, what happens? There is another stimulus, another stimulus, another stimulus, and they want to do this one as well, that one as well, and they get easily distracted with the surrounding, with the people they meet. The self-esteem is very high. That means they are very confident, I can do it, even when you know that in the past they couldn't do it. And they will simply say, I can do that, I will do that, even if it is very hard work. So the confidence gets very high. To the extent it is so inflated that they become grandiose in ideas and overconfidence. Grandiose means they are like God, they have some special powers, they have been chosen by the God, they can do things that other people can't do, and these things keep on popping into their mind, and they feel that way and they believe that way. Loss of normal social inhibitions. If they are in a situation where you are supposed to be sitting down quietly and not talking or not shouting, that will be lost. They will be inhibited. If they go to a religious place where they're supposed to be sitting, or they attend a funeral, they are supposed to be sad, they are not. They are still happy and keep on talking about as if they can't stop, if they can't sit still. And even if you ask them to sit still, they become irritable and restless and get angry, upset as well, and tell the other people off why you are stopping them. They may result in behavior that is reckless, as we said. They might start driving, they might start going on the road, they might go and swim in the sea or very cold water, and they climb the rocks or jump from the places or go to the high rise buildings, and they believe they can do it, and they are foolhardy or inappropriate to the circumstances, and this is out of their character. So normally this person will not do this kind of stuff. So this person's character is changed, where they are going and doing things that you normally would not expect from them, and they are doing inappropriate things. They are not thinking them clearly, they just believe them and do it. Now the third one is the mania with the psychotic symptoms. Although all the things we talk about in mania, like high energy, high activity, poor attention, poor sleep, apart from that, they tend to develop psychotic symptoms. And as we talked about delusions, and delusions like our thoughts, which are quite grandiose in this one. They believe they are chosen one. They believe they have special abilities. They believe they can do special tricks. They can heal people. They can have miracles done, and they can do the things that others can't do. They can go and swim in the cold water, jump from high buildings. So they become really grandiose. And these are so fixed, no matter what we try to counteract that, give the counter evidence to that, they simply don't want to hear that. They simply believe in those thoughts that are coming to them, and they believe that they're chosen ones. And because these thoughts, as we talked about, they have a certain boundary and they have certain content, and the content becomes grandiose, and the boundaries itself become blurred. They are not contained anymore. They can be easily getting more and more thoughts again and again, and becoming bigger and bigger. And again, we talked about the thought as it flows in a stream. The stream of thoughts keep on coming to them is increased quite significantly. They get a lot of different thoughts. One minute they are washing their clothes, the other minute they want to clean the house, the other minute they want to go and clean the car, or the other minute they want to go and spend the money. So they keep on getting lots of different thoughts, and they want to act on these. So there is some loosening of association of the thoughts, and this is noticeable in their speech. You can speech the punning when the words make the same sound, and whatever the sound it ends, and they tend to make the continue with the same sentence and join another sentence. It can be rhyming, like making the same whatever the word ends, the sound ends, they want to continue with that. So they can just connect with either the word or the meaning or the sound, and they want to continue and talking about. Sometimes it becomes so different that the original subject they were talking about is completely lost. Hallucinations. Hallucinations by definition means that they start hearing things, seeing things which are not there. Normally in mania or hypomania, what happens? Everything looks bright, everything looks beautiful, the colors become more vivid, more clear, and the sounds become more melodious, the music becomes really nice, and they want to enjoy that, but they keep on getting distracted. And what happens is that if there is a real sound and they perceive it, it is very, very melodious and very nice and very clear, they like it. But on the other hand, sometimes there is no outside object, no outside stimulus, and they still hear things, see things as if they were real, and that will be hallucination. So hallucination by definition means when there is no stimulus, they see things or hear things or perceive things, and give the meaning to those things, and that becomes hallucinated. And sometimes they start even hearing voices, or like God is telling them, God is talking to them, that I don't need the food, I don't need to do this, I have to do this and other things. So they become quite focused on what they are hearing and believing that, and start acting on those. The excitement is there, the excessive motor activity is there, and there will be flight of ideas. Again, in the speech, you can see that they are talking on one subject, then they will be talking about another subject, then they start talking about different, then another one, then another one. So whatever it is, and they may be connected in one way or the other, and sometimes they are not even connected, or they may be connected, meaning something to the person, but we may not be able to comprehend what is that. So it becomes quite incomprehensible to us, and even we don't know where they are getting these thoughts, and their communication is literally lost. We don't understand sometimes what they're talking about, because it doesn't make any sense to us. So mania with psychotic symptoms. Now what happens is, when the mood is congruent with psychotic symptoms. So number one, mood. In this case, we are saying they are elated. The mood is high. And if the mood is high, they are feeling happy, and they go to circumstances where it is a party, it's a social gathering, and they want to, everyone is enjoying. So that is mood congruent. But if the same person goes to, let's say, a funeral, the idea is that in funeral you stay quiet, you convey condolences, and you express some sadness. But in mania, because they are manic with psychotic symptoms, they start saying things which are mood incongruent. Where they are supposed to be sad, they are happy. Where they are supposed to be quiet, they are very talkative. So this becomes mood incongruent. Where they are supposed to cry a little bit, they are laughing and smiling and making jokes. So all this becomes mood incongruent. It is not congruent with the situation, with the mood, and sometimes even with their own mood. They don't know what they're talking about. They might be talking about happy thing, and then start literally changing and becoming irritable. Manic stupor, this is simply excessive motor activity and with literally no purpose, and doesn't do any efficiency to them or to anybody. They get exhausted to the level that ultimately they will just fall down and become dehydrated, become muscles get very exhausted, tired, and because they are not caring for themselves, they may not eat enough, they may not drink enough water, and they just become so dehydrated, the muscles get really stiff, and they can simply sometimes lie down, or other times they are simply on the go all the time without any purpose. That will be manic stupor. It's the severe form of mania with psychotic symptoms. Thank you, friends. This is the end of this mood disorder describing hypomania and mania, especially mania without psychotic symptoms and mania with psychotic symptoms, and especially focusing on their elated mood, grandiosity, decreased sleep and decreased attention, and more distractibility, and decreased need for eating and enjoying. However, there are some more videos on my channel regarding the mental health. If you like this, please press the like button, and I see you again.